What's going on, guys? So in this video I just want to go through all the details that we have so far for Days Gone. Now this apparently is a game that we used to call Dead Don't Ride. I had made a couple videos about. You guys know I've been extremely excited for this game for a while now, and now we've finally got footage of it and story details and everything. So I'm going to play the extended demo that's on the official PlayStation channel. Then after that, I'm going to play the demo that was shown at E3, like during the conference, and then I'll play the announced trailer, and I'll have a bunch of screenshots at the end, just like the one you saw here at the beginning, and I'm just going to talk about everything throughout the course of these demos. So basically, the name of the main character is Deacon St. John. He's a drifter, and he's just going about surviving. He's also a bounty hunter. And in this world, there was a pandemic that wiped out most people, but a lot of people ended up getting kind of poisoned and turned into these monsters. And something I find to be really interesting about this is the monsters, apparently, you can see them going at each other. They're different types of monsters, or enemies, whatever. And they're all just trying to survive too, because they're all living people. So I think that's a really interesting effect to have in the game. Now right here you can see the gore is just off the charts right there. The attention to detail is insane. And the developers have talked about how one of the things with this game is that they want it to be grounded in reality. And you can definitely get that type of vibe from this gameplay and everything that they've shown off. So as you can see right here, he reaches into the car to pull out some stuff to, make a more powerful weapon or whatever, I don't know. And they basically say that he's going about trying to piece things together to make his own weapons and to be able to survive in this world. Clearly, he's using whatever abilities he had before everything fell apart, and that's one of the ways that he's able to survive now. He had the skills necessary to do that. So you can see right there, there's one of the enemies. I believe that was like a teenager that ended up getting sick. And much of the game focuses on exploration. You can see there's also some parkour, which is kind of cool, not to the extent of something like Assassin's Creed, but it's still nice. And so there's another guy right there, but here is the teenage monster thing, and like I said, there are different types of monsters, so he knocks that thing out. But as you've probably seen if you've seen the demo at E3, there are tons of different monsters that are going to chase him towards the end. I don't know exactly if all of them are the same or not, but each enemy is its own character with its own AI, which I think is really impressive. Obviously, the game looks beautiful. You can see the draw distance is nice and all the details, but every single one of these characters has a mind of its own, no pun intended. So I think that's really impressive too, the fact that they were able to pull off something like that instead of have, some sort of illusion there. And this seems to be a regular dude from what I've gathered, just a regular dude that was there trying to survive as well. He tried to kill Deacon apparently, and so he's like gonna leave him to die over there. He's not gonna try to save someone that tried to kill him anyway. And so all these monsters, they're all just trying to survive too. They're trying to eat, they're trying to drink, they're trying to just survive. And so clearly they're gonna go just take that guy out. Anyway, so like I said, you've got the weapons. As you can see, this one he fixed up from using parts from a car as well. But the weapons, I'm not sure if there's going to be any. There has to be some sort of limit to the ammo, and this demo is probably done this way to kind of show off how the game works, because they say they're still fairly early on in development. But you can see all the different characters. It's insane, dude. Anyway, but so there are scarce resources. And one of the things that's interesting to me, I didn't touch upon it at the beginning, but the bike in the beginning. I wonder if you're going to have to deal with getting gas for that thing, because obviously you're going to have to use it to go around everywhere. It's an open world game. So the resources are scarce, so obviously in the real game it's not going to be quite as easy to take all these guys out. It's not going to be easy to drive around, I assume, as well. It's all about survival. Now, you can see throughout the course of this demo, he's using all these different tactics to try to get away from the monsters and to try to kill them. Apparently this stuff can play out tons and tons of different ways, and there are multiple ways in this demo compared to the demo that was shown at Sony's E3 conference. They're not the same demo, they're both played differently. This one's about twice as long as the demo at the conference, but tons of gameplay variety, tons of weapons. You can see right there, he's pulling out Molotov cocktails, burning all this stuff. It's insane. The amount of variety is very nice. I really like that. And like I said, the fact that you've got a survival feel to it as well is something a lot of people compare it to The Last of Us, but The Last of Us wasn't the first piece of entertainment to do something survival oriented, guys. Heck, you could say that this is far more frightening than The Last of Us because of the different enemies. You know, they're going to go after each other. With The Last of Us, all the infected were pretty much together. You didn't see them attacking each other. But with this, the enemies can attack each other. It's not like, they're just solely going after humans. And you can see he's still trying to get away from the monsters and all that. Like I said, there are tons of different ways to play throughout this section. I don't know if this is a specific mission in the game or what, but, and you can see here's another weapon. He's got an axe now to add to it. I'm not sure. I wonder how many weapons you can carry at a time if there's a limit. Clearly he's got some sort of inventory right there. And then there's a bit of a jump scare. There's one of the enemies. I guess you could say that's a quick time event more than anything. It's just, melee trying to get someone off you. And now you can see there's melee action right here with the axe. The game's extremely bloody and gory. It's very realistic. Kind of gross, to be honest with. Oh my goodness, that was brutal. Absolutely insane. So this game is definitely going to be appealing to horror fans as well. We haven't had a lot of good horror games in recent years, except for, we recently had Outlast, PT, and Until Dawn, but many of the mainstream horror games like Resident Evil and Dead Space, they've fallen apart entirely. So this is something kind of different that seems like it can also appeal to that type of audience. And I'm very interested in seeing how the market's going to react to it, because this is the type of game that appeals to all types of people. It appeals to fans of action adventure games, third-person shooters, like I said, horror games. It's insane, and it's very story-driven as well. And something that I'm very interested in is seeing how a very story-driven open-world game is going to go about playing out. I'm a huge Assassin's Creed fan, and lately it seems like they've had some issues with making everything feel like it's flowing smoothly. Whereas with something like this, I'm hoping that it's going to be the type of thing where everything flows smoothly and it doesn't feel, totally disjointed like Assassin's Creed has been in recent years. Another thing right here, you can see he's blowing everything up. I noticed in the demo, and I'm not sure how exactly, you can see it right here. Many of the enemies are catching on fire, but it seems like they're not exactly dying. And I wonder if there is some immunity to fire or to some sort of poisons or whatever, considering how they ended up becoming sick. This is something really nice as well, the way that it's so real, dude. The attention to detail. The bridge collapses when you got too many enemies on there, and it makes it to where it's difficult for them to continue chasing you because they just all pile up on each other. It's crazy. So again, you can see more explosions there. He's picking up some stuff, just trying to get away and all that. Another thing, going back to the bike. Apparently with the bike, you need to know where it's at all times, and it doesn't seem like on the radar they have anything telling you where it's at. So again, much more of a realistic feel to it. So you may have something that it may seem a little bit fantastical with zombie-esque creatures, but at the same time, it's still very grounded in reality. Another thing that the developers said that in regards to the weapons and shooting the enemies and all that, you don't necessarily need to get a headshot because these are still living people, And in general, this is a really nice action set piece as well. It's not just, some crazy chase. And this type of chase, the developers also said, can happen really at any point. If you stumble across the wrong area in the game, something like this can happen to you. And I'll get into the story details a little bit later. But it's insane. I wonder with this section right here, how you've got all these enemies chasing you. If too many of them pile up on this bridge, I wonder if that will collapse too. I wonder to what extent they take the destructible environments. Is it to the level of something like Battlefield where everything is destructible nearly? Or is it to the level of something like Uncharted where they kind of choose here and there what is going to be destructible? That's something else I'm really interested in seeing. And so we're coming towards the end of the extended demo that was posted online. now we're going to take a look at the demo that was shown at the Sony E3 conference. Same area, but played slightly differently. Now, going back to the bike. This guy, and I'm going to get into some story details right now. So this dude, he used to be a biker, and then when everything fell apart, he's like, crud, dude, you know? But what ends up happening is because of the situation that he was in before, he's able to deal with the everything that's insane that's going on right now. And he's only got a couple buddies here and there that he can still hang out with. It's pretty much every man for himself. So that brotherhood feel of being in a biker gang or whatever is gone entirely. And it's interesting to me how now you've got many of the enemies that have kind of that brotherhood thing going on, and the humans almost are at each other's throats. I think that's a really interesting effect in the game. Now, going to the demo, something that you see that's different about this demo than the one before, when he got off the bike and he started, you know, navigating around on foot, he didn't strap down the bike in this demo, and I wonder if possibly somebody can steal the bike from you. That's something interesting to think about. Also, you can see, obviously, didn't check out the body right there, that, you know, to pick up whatever materials may have been left there. And specifically in regards to the exploration and, like I said, finding different ways to piece things together, like this gun right here from the thing I got in the car. Supposedly, nearly everything in this game can be explored. So it's a massive open world. That, going back to how impressive it is technically that you've got so many NPCs running around like that. At the same time, you know, if you can explore every car, if you can explore every house, every room, every, you know, box in any room, every drawer, whatever, that's an insane amount of detail. And I got to give them a round of applause if they can pull that stuff off. That is really intriguing, and I like that. So it's the type of thing where even if there are limited resources, there are also limited people. So if you can beat other people to the punch and end up collecting enough resources necessary to survive, I mean, you know, you'll be good. And it's all about, I guess, your will to explore. They talk about in the press release for the game, you have to find a reason to keep going forward and to have a reason to live, not just to survive. And maybe this character is on a search for something. Who knows, dude? We're gonna have to wait and see, you know, what the story details are all about. And who the heck is this guy again? Like I said, the guy that ends up getting left for dead right here. I mean, I wonder if that's just some random dude hanging out. Maybe they had some history before that. Who knows? Maybe it's a former friend that like turned on you, dude. I don't know. But so this is a point in the first demo where it was very different from this one. In the first demo, he goes running around the entire place. There are also other areas that you can go to. You can see in both demos, he decides to go to the left under this little train. The developer said that you can go in other directions as well and explore the whole place. And, you know, obviously these things will still chase you and all that, but you have tons of variety as far as where you can go. It's totally up to you. And so, like I said, in this demo, they go in the same general area, but in both demos, the same things don't happen. Like I said, he's going in a different area immediately this time instead of kind of dancing around. So obviously things can break in. Like I said, again, kind of a destructible environment. Like I said, I'm not sure how destructible. If you want to blow up that thing that makes everything explode, I'm blanking out right here. You know what I mean? The explosive barrel. There we go. If you want to blow that up, I wonder if that would make the wall explode before all the enemies run through there. I don't know. But also, as you can see, you can drop the thing down and, you know, kind of trap them right there and keep them from chasing you as easily. Again, the bridge is destructible. Great attention to detail. The one thing I will say that I hope gets improved by the time the game comes out, which it has to be improved. They said they're still early on in development. I assume this will come out sometime in early 2018, to be honest with you. The one thing that I really hope that they fix, it's not really an issue, but the animations aren't always as smooth as they should be. You know what I mean? And you can see it, especially here coming up towards the end, where he gets back on that tight bridge and he starts shooting everything. You can clearly see, and right here you can see as well when he's shooting, the animations aren't exactly the best, you know, and I noticed it when he was running around as well when he throws stuff. It's like they're just starting to get things going with the game. This is the first big reveal. They're just starting to get things down with the game plan. You know, they've kind of planned out how the environments are going to be set, what the story is going to be about, and now over the next year or so, maybe 2 years, we're really going to see the thing come together nicely. And I can't wait to see the finished product. You can see there's tons of potential here. It's not just about, you know, killing and zombies and stuff like that. There's much more to it. Kind of like how The Last of Us, there was much more to it than just the infected and all that. It was a much more personal story involved. But even with The Last of Us, it was kind of a fantastical element there where Ellie was immune. In here, it doesn't seem like there's anything like that. It's grounded in reality, like they said. So, like I said, you can see all the enemies there. Everyone has a mind of its own. It's unbelievable. I can't wait to play this game. I can only hope it comes out sooner rather than later. You know, I mean, God of War apparently is going to come out towards the end of 2017. This, I'd assume, early 2018. Honestly, the sooner the better. I can't wait for this game. But you can see here's the, I guess, the story trailer, the announced trailer. The visuals are absolutely off the charts. The game is gorgeous. Also, they said that they've got dynamic weather, dynamic time of day. They got snow, they got rain, you know, day-night cycles, everything. It just looks insane, you know, and you can see some of the rain right here. Absolutely beautiful. The game looks stunning, amazing visuals, you know, unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable, especially for an open world game. I'm very impressed. So you can see one of their cars right there. You can scavenge it, whatever, dude. It's crazy. Like I said, everything's falling apart right here. One of the things that you'll see in this trailer, he starts, like Deacon, the main character, he starts right here. He starts beating some dude to death, and the other guy's like, dude, relax, you know. And maybe it's going to tie in with like morality again. I don't know. I'm very intrigued by the story right now, dude. I mean, people say, oh, another zombies game. Oh, it's similar to The Last of Us. This is set in a totally different environment. You know, totally different story, everything, totally different character. This dude might be nothing like Joel, dude. You know, and here you got people in, you know, hazmat suits or whatever. Who knows? Maybe this dude isn't as easily infected by it. Who knows, dude? You know, maybe this was his wife or something. We're gonna have to wait and see, but I'm very excited. So many possibilities, dude. So many. Anyway, that's really the end of this video. I got a few more screenshots that you can check out here towards the end. Like I said, you got some stuff dealing with nighttime, time of day, weather with the rain. I can't wait to see what the snow looks like. The game looks unbelievable. This and God of War are easily my most anticipated games for the PS4, and I'd have to give this, I might give this the edge over God of War, honestly. I'm really looking forward to it. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Keep it frosty.